Beware of buying from this dealership. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I have a little bit of a crazy story about a local Utah dealership. Now, I've actually filmed at this dealership before, and I've talked about it on previous videos. Well, needless to say, after today's story, I will no longer be filming at this dealership. It's a very unfortunate situation that actually kind of hit close to home because it's surrounding a situation my brother went through with this specific dealership. As a side note, if you guys are interested in kind of general business and market news, check out his YouTube channel. It's at Bathrobe Business, where he almost uploads daily about the latest information in the stock market, in inflation, etc. So if you guys want a more serious business take than what you would ever find on this channel, definitely check out his channel. I'm going to link it down below. But that is a little bit of a tangent in regards to a situation he recently went through with the vehicle he purchased from Tim Daly Auto Group. Now, if you guys are in Utah, you guys have probably heard about Tim Daly Auto Group. They've got a few different locations, from a Ford dealership to Nissan Infiniti. They've got a Mazda dealership. They may even be located in Colorado as well, but primarily in the Utah market. And what they advertise is something called the Forever Warranty. They talk about it on the radio. Every banner you see, everything talks about this Forever Warranty. Well, this Forever Warranty is actually, turns out to be a lie, based on what experience my brother has gone through. So here's the story. My brother leased a vehicle from Tim Daly Auto Group a few years ago. It was actually back in 2018. And I think the experience went okay, as good as it goes at a dealership. But after 3 years, he decided to purchase the car outright. So he went and financed the vehicle through this Tim Daly Auto Group. And in that process, he decided to purchase an extended warranty. Now, that warranty cost about $2,800, but according to Tim Daly Auto Group, it was a forever warranty and would cover all expenses, all issues with the car, as long as he was the owner of the vehicle. So for however long he was owning this car, he'd be covered under this warranty. The only thing he would have to pay is a $500 deductible. Now, I actually looked through all the paperwork my brother signed, and yes, it clearly states that this vehicle is sold with a warranty, and it covers 100% of all issues with the vehicle. Well, a few months ago, my brother ran into an engine issue with his vehicle. It's around 110,000 miles, and all of a sudden his engine pretty much seized or blew up, or however you want to call it, and it was no longer operable. Now, it's a little bit odd considering the fact that he did all of the regular scheduled service intervals as recommended by the manufacturer, and he did everything according to plan. But still, for whatever reason, this vehicle, which happened to be an Infiniti, its engine blew up. So luckily, he had this extended forever warranty with Tim Daly Auto Group, so he decided to have this vehicle tow trucked over to the Tim Daly dealership to take a look at it and diagnose the issue. Well, a few weeks went by, and he sent in all the proper paperwork for all the maintenance that has been done on the car in accordance with the recommendations of the manufacturer. Tim Daly also had the insurance or the warranty company that comes out and actually, warranties this stuff, come out and inspect the vehicle, and everything was determined that the vehicle had a complete engine failure and would require a brand new engine. Well, it turns out that Tim Daly Auto Group was not willing to pay for the engine replacement. They were not covering this engine at 100% of cost, as they said in their paperwork. Now, it's really the insurance company or the warranty company that they contract with that really was only going to sign a check to a certain amount, and then Tim Daly was not willing to cover the remainder of the portion. So here's the story here, and this is why it's a very deceiving and unscrupulous way of selling an extended warranty on any vehicle, let alone a company that advertises a forever warranty on literally every single billboard that they have here in the state. So it turns out that this warranty or insurance contract that Tim Daly sells on any of its vehicles is limited to the National Auto Dealers Association value, so the NADA value of the vehicle. Now, what's interesting here is all of the paperwork that my brother signed, nowhere in there does it say that the limit of the liability is the NADA value. Well, it turns out that there was this other paper that my brother actually didn't sign, this other service contract, warranty contract, whatever you want to call it, that yes, on the third page in the fine print, it says the NADA value is the limit of this warranty contract's liability. But what's interesting here is this paperwork was not signed by my brother. It's signed by the dealership, but my brother's signature is not on there. What's also interesting here is NADA value is different depending on what information you put in, right? If I put in my NADA value, I'm going to probably put a more accurate representation of what the vehicle's gone through, its current condition, than the dealer who's not familiar with this car. In addition, NADA value has a retail value if you're going to go and sell it privately, and it has a trade-in or dealer value, the wholesale price. And of course, based on the number that they quoted my brother for the value of his vehicle, it's the wholesale, the trade-in value of the vehicle, not the true retail value that his car would be if he was to go and privately sell the vehicle. That is the first thing that Tim Dahle Auto Group can manipulate or adjust to pretty much make more money in the process. Now, the second thing that Tim Dahle can obviously control is the cost of the repair. According to them, the cost of removing the engine and replacing it with a brand new one would cost $13,274, which to me seems really wild for an engine replacement. Now keep in mind, this engine is one that they use in a lot of their other vehicles. It's a 3-liter twin turbocharged engine. And I realize there's complexity with twin turbocharging, but to me, $13,274 seems wild for a regular engine that they use in a lot of their other vehicles. This is the component that Tim Dahle can definitely control because there's no other option for you. You can't take the vehicle to a local shop because the warranty will only be honored at the dealership that you bought it from or at the auto group that you bought it from. So there was no way for him to go get a second opinion because then he would still have to pay out of pocket. It was essentially tying his hands to have to go to this dealership, and the cost of the repair was not going to be negotiated. There was nothing that you could do to influence that price because that was literally out of the question if you wanted to use the proceeds from the warranty. So the crazy thing here is Tim Dahle makes money on the front and the back end. On the front end, they make the money when the customer purchases the warranty contract, which in my brother's case was $2,800, but they don't disclose the fact that the liability is limited to the NADA value of the car that's determined by the dealership themselves. They determine which NADA value to use because the contract, as I read it, did not specify that it's the wholesale value or the trade-in value or the retail value. It just says NADA value, and that's up to the dealership to decide what value they want to honor. The second way that they make money is on the tail end. When there is an issue, not only do they get money from the insurance company to cover the NADA value of the vehicle, which in my brother's case was around $8,900 after that $500 deductible. But they also get money from the customer because my brother had to pay the difference between the NADA value determined by the dealership and the cost of repair determined by the dealership. Now, again, I reinforce the crazy thing here is that this warranty contract that the dealership is referencing was not signed by my brother. The disclosure where it said the liability was limited to the NADA value was not signed by my brother. And obviously he wasn't made aware of this at the time of signing this forever warranty. Otherwise, he may have reconsidered paying the $2,800 for this warranty coverage. Now, unfortunately, the cost of getting a lawyer involved to kind of dispute the fact that this contract was not signed, it was not disclosed at the time of purchase, would likely cost more money than the price that they were charging my brother, the customer, for the difference between the repair cost and the NADA value quoted by themselves. So ultimately, you're pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do you get any type of lawyer involved and pay more money, or do you just want to get your car back and be done with this dealership? And my brother ended up going with option 2, and it took the better part of about 3 months for him to finally get his vehicle back from the dealer. Now, because he fought the dealer on this whole process, he was able to get a loaner about 2 or 3 weeks after dropping the vehicle off. So he wasn't without a car. But at the same time, this entire experience pretty much just leads you to believe that this forever warranty is a lie. And I think this dealership needs to be held accountable to the fact that they're pretty much selling these service contracts without really any accountability to cover any major repairs. I'm sure maybe some small repairs here and there would be covered because there's no way to say an axle shaft is going to cost more than the NADA value of like a $20,000 vehicle. But when you have these major repairs, which is really the reason you buy the warranty, engine, transmission, differential, etc., you're probably going to be stuck paying money even though you bought a service contract. That is how Tim Dahle unfortunately operates. And what's crazy here is we're not alone here in this situation. Most recently, there was a story about an individual who bought a Subaru Outback from Tim Daly Mazda for $4,000. And that same day, they came back and said that the car is a lemon. There's issues with it. And he threatened to drive the vehicle through the front doors of the dealership. And, well, Tim Daly Auto Group declined his return. They said, no, you purchased the car as is. And so this individual actually ended up running into the front doors of the dealership.
Whoa! Whoa! Call the cops!
Now, not necessarily the way I would handle things, and thankfully, I don't believe anybody got injured in this situation, but I'm bringing up this example because this is, again, another dissatisfied customer with Tim Daly Auto Group. It's obvious that individual purchased the car and there was something wrong with it because he came back the same day. It's not like he waited 2 months and came back to the dealership and said, hey, this car is a lemon. He drove it off the lot, and that same day he returned it and said there's something wrong with it. So it's clear that that dealership, even though they say they sold it as is, was well aware of issues with the vehicle and likely didn't disclose it to the customer. And so, unfortunately, this guy who purchased the vehicle for $4,000 was stuck with a brick because he was not aware of the problems that the dealership was aware of when they sold the vehicle. So all of this is to say, you should probably avoid Tim Daly Auto Group. Maybe you've had a different experience, but based on the stories I've seen surrounding this dealership, it's not a place to purchase a vehicle. And I will no longer be filming at this dealership because I like to recommend dealerships that are good, that I have heard good experiences with, or I've had a good experience with myself. And hearing all these stories makes me really second guess any type of recommendation for this dealership because clearly they're just out here to make more money. And I would most definitely avoid their forever warranty, and probably good to question any warranty on any used vehicle that you purchase to make sure that there is no limit of liability like there was in this contract that was not signed by the customer. Well, that's all I have for you folks. I just wanted to give this video to you as a warning and a background story of a really unfortunate situation that a family member of mine had to go through, and just the overall lie of a forever warranty that's offered by a local dealership. Now, I think ultimately people are really upset with dealerships in general. I mean, the example with my brother, the example with the guy who crashed through the front doors, and just based on the comments on these videos, people are tired of dealerships just giving them the runaround, trying to scam them out of a few $1,000s. I mean, people are tired of it. And this is me calling out a dealership that's put a family member through this type of situation. But that finishes off today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all of the weekly videos. Also, check me out on all the social media, same as the YouTube channel name. Until next time, everybody, I hope you stay schwazy, stay healthy, have a wonderful day.